Well, it's my pleasure and honor to welcome Pastor Tony today to address us and to share what's happening in Rwanda. He pastors a church of about 400 people, and in addition to that, he's the director of African missions for For His Glory Ministries in Africa. And just in the last 2 years, they've shared the gospel with over 600,000 people. Over 177,000 people have come to Christ in the last little over a year. And over 30,000 people have been trained in disciple making in that same little over a year. So it's an amazing ministry in the Congo and other parts of Africa. So I'd like to welcome Pastor Tony. Tony?
Yeah, thank you so much, Brother Mark, for the introduction. I'm so glad to be here this morning, to be with you. And I'm very happy to share with you what God is doing in Africa through For His Glory Ministry. As Brother Mark has said, I'm Tony Vincent, has already introduced me. And I would like to share what we are doing in Africa through For His Glory Ministry. For His Glory Ministry, I think most of you are aware of this ministry. We have two things going on. We have discipleship program, then we have festival. But I want to focus much on discipleship program we have in For His Glory Ministry. Normally in Africa, we are doing discipleship in different country, and this is a new model in Africa. We call T4T, training for trainers. We go to the city, first of all, we meet with the church leaders. We gather them together, which is not even easy for us. Bringing these all church leaders together from different denominations and different doctrines, it's not hard, it's not easy, it's really very hard. But we are glad, by grace of God, we are able to do that. Then we bring them together, we cast the vision, what we are coming to do, and what they are going to benefit from there. And after there, we just ask them to bring their members in a training. They bring their members in the training, we train them, then we send them out after training them. We send them out to go and witness, share their stories, share the gospel. Then they bring others. After bringing others, they train them. They go out with them. They bring others. We train them. We send them out. They bring others. They train them. They send them out. Through that model, we see many lives, many cities being transformed with that model. It's just a training for training. We train people, we send them, they go and they bring others. They train them, they send them, they bring others, they train them, they send them. We are now seeing the wonderful things happening through that model. Where now we have really a big testimony from different countries. There are some churches, they used to have like one service. Then now they have like 3 service or 4 services in a day.
Wow.
And they have already started some branches through that model. And also we encourage churches and we encourage those people not meeting in the church. They just meet, most of the time they meet in their homes, in their houses. And they just train people from there. They just go around neighbors' houses, prayer walk, praying for the people, sharing the gospel. And really from that time when we started this kind of model of T4T training, we see many people, hundreds and thousands, come to Christ every day. And I can just tell you, brothers, and it's really wonderful things to see in Africa. What God is doing through For His Glory in Africa. We see thousands of people come to Christ through that model. And also, we just encourage them, once they train people, they go outside, they reach people, they bring them together to be under the leadership of the church. We don't want them to go outside to do what they want to do. They have to work with the church leaders, under the leadership of the church, to make sure will not cause any conflict between these people. And really, we are so glad for God, what God is doing for His Glory ministry in Africa, through For His Glory in Africa. And we have also festival. This festival, we have a big turnout. We have a big turnout. In the city, sometimes we have like 50,000, 70,000 in a day during our festival, even 100 sometimes, 100 people one night in our festival. And we see a miracle happening there. God is moving in a mighty way, touching people, healing people, delivering people, and we are so glad for that also. We are so happy and are so glad to be a part of this ministry. And also, I would like to encourage you and thank you for your supporting For His Glory in a one way or another way, praying for His Glory and supporting financially. But above all that, we have also a wonderful things happening right now. In top of those two things, discipleship model, discipleship training, and the festival. There's really another very important part we are praying right now as For His Glory ministry, is changing the mindset of our brothers and sisters in Africa. We have the big problem in Africa, and it has been there for many years. Once we see the Western coming to our countries, if we see a ministry, international ministry, coming to Africa, the mindset we used to have, let me say, we are facing and trying to change that kind of mindset, but it's still there, not yet. I can say it is still there, but we are changing that kind of mindset of expecting, getting everything from the Western, getting everything from the ministry, expecting to get 100% support from the ministry. So as For His Glory ministry, and this is a unique thing, I have never seen this for other ministries. It's just a unique thing in For His Glory ministry. For us, instead of supporting them 100%, we ask them also to contribute. And we are trying to teach them to have a kind of ownership for them, having ownership. Once they contribute, there's an ownership there. We ask them to contribute at least at 20% from the beginning of the mission up to the end. Instead of giving them 100% support, we ask them to contribute. This is really very hard for us who are on the ground. Just introducing this kind of idea is a new thing in Africa, but it is really helpful, because expecting always getting a support 100%, I think is not a good thing. That makes people not having a kind of ownership. They're just saying, this is not our thing. We are just supporting these people who are coming to the festival or discipleship. Let us help them. But once they contribute, there's an ownership there. They think that, it's not their thing, it's our things here. We have to contribute and we have to stand with these people, which is really want to appreciate and thank For His Glory ministry bringing that idea in Africa, because this is really a big problem in our continent. I'm saying this because I'm one of the Africans and I know much about our brothers and sisters there. This is really very bad thing. Expecting, getting everything, a support 100% from the people from America, people from Europe, and for them they are just sitting on. Sometimes, let me just give you a simple example. In some places where we have been as a ministry, once we meet pastors, even inviting them to come to the meeting or them coming to attend the meeting, you have to pay them. Just pay some money for them to come to the meeting. It's like they are coming to a meeting to support you. It's not their meeting. So for us, it's really very dangerous. If you pay someone to come and attend a meeting, and it's their work, we are going there to support them, but they don't understand that. They want us to pay some money for them to come to the meeting. We say that is not good at all. So as for His Glory Ministry, we tell them that you are not coming here to get or to receive money from us. You are coming to contribute. This is a partnership. You are not coming here to get, you are coming here to partner with us and also to contribute for this work. This is your work, we are here to support you. And we are here to support you to fulfill your calling. And there are some churches in Africa which built by missionaries like 50 years or 60 years ago, 70 years ago. But if you go there, the people, they can't even innovate the building or repair the building. It's just old. They are not concerned with the building. They are waiting for the missionary to come and repair or innovate the building, which is really very bad. It's a bad mindset, which we are trying to change from our brothers and our sisters in Africa, which really is unique in For His Glory Ministry. For other ministries, I have seen, they just bring the budget 100%, and also they pay a transport for the pastors who attended the meeting. They give food and everything from there. But for us, we are changing that kind of mindset. Once we don't change this kind of the mindset, it's really very bad to our continent. We can't see the change. We can't see the change from there. If you want to help people, you have to help them also to change their mindset and start at least contributing just a small, even if it should be the small, but let them contribute and have that ownership. I'm saying that because I'm doing the same in my church. Really, in my church, as I shared, I started a church 4 years ago, and I have been teaching my church and my member in the church that we have to do something. We have to do something to be able to buy a land and have a building in the future. Right now we have $18,000 we contributed, and that place where I have a church, Brother Mark have been there. It's a really a remote area. It's not in a city. It's just people who are living there. They are not wealthy. They don't have money. They are poor. But I'm teaching them that we should do something. We must do something. So we are doing that, and we are glad. We are still struggling, but we believe God, and we trust God will make a way. So that's the kind of mindset we are trying to change in Africa through For His Glory Ministry. We are teaching the church that we should change the mindset if we want to see God moving in our continent, and if we see God blessing our continent. So that's what we are doing in Africa as For His Glory Ministry, and we are so glad to share this with you, and we hope to see Africa transformed in the future, and to see revival coming from there, even coming here to your country.
It is being transformed. I had a couple quick questions. I know you got to go. You talk about the prayer walk. Can you give us a little more? What's that look like? A prayer walk?
Yeah, prayer walk. Always after training these people, we tell them to go outside, and they do prayer walk around the neighboring houses. Their neighbors, we just go praying for them. Sometimes we ask them, do you have a need to pray for? We go to them, we pray. After there, we just share the word of God. But sometimes we just go on the street praying, even day or night, praying and asking God to touch those people in their houses, asking the Holy Spirit to move in their houses and to touch their heart and to change them. That's the kind of prayer walk we do.
Okay, that leads right to my second question. How many years do you train these new believers before you set about prayer walking and inviting people to hear the gospel?
We just normally train them 2 days. We don't train for a year. This is a kind of mindset which is not right for me, because training people to go and share the stories or testimony, it doesn't need to be a year or 2 years. You just train them. We have a simple model. How we train them in 2 days, then we send them out. We tell them, go and share your stories, share the testimony, share what you have heard from this training, share to the people, and they pray for them. So we just train them 2 days, we send them out. We have a say that you grow as you go. We don't believe people to grow before they go. They go as they grow. They grow as they go. So we send them out, watch on them, going with them, and show them how they are doing, how they have to do things and witness outside there. So that's how we are doing.
Awesome. Very proud. Anybody else have a question for Pastor Tony?
Thank you very much.
Mark, you want to close out how they get a hold of For His Glory?
Sure. If you want more information on For His Glory Ministries, you can go to www.forhisglorymin.org, and there's lots of information there at the website.